Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing my creative daily journal for the third week of July. So let's get right into it, shall we? Let's see. So this was the 15th, which is a Tuesday. I'm going to take both pages out like I've been doing. So the boyfriend and I ran some errands. I had to go get yarn to make a baby blanket and floss to start a cross stitch project for my son for Christmas. We went to Arby's. You guys, when we went to Arby's and we had a 4 for $10 coupon for Arby's. And I got 8 sandwiches because you can use it up to 3 times. I don't know if you know this. If you're not an Arby's person and you think Arby's is expensive, when they get coupons, you can use them up to 3 times. Or most of the time, it'll tell you on the coupon how many times you can use it. So I got 8 sandwiches, and he's like, she calls out my name and that it was 8 sandwiches. And my boyfriend's like, she fat shamed you. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to eat all those sandwiches and enjoy it. I don't care. I did not eat all those sandwiches. I shared them, but, and then, we did end up, this is private right here. I don't even know. Hold on, let me see what this says. He insisted we go home. So I had other plans to go other places, but by the time we got to Five Below, before we went to Arby's, I could barely walk. So he insisted that we go home. Okay, so I did get some stuff that you will see in a haul video whenever the next haul video comes up. I did end up having to I can't even think, you guys. I had to film it so I could start the baby blanket. So I had to film that little bit just so I could start the baby. Here's my Michael's receipt. Just so I could start that little bit, I had to film so I could start the baby blanket, which I'm about halfway through the baby blanket, I think. Halfway through. It's a graph can with the baby's name on it. So I'm about to start. It's 6 letters. I'm about to start the 4th letter. So yes, I'm halfway through. Well, not halfway, because then I have to do a border and all that. But making my way through. So here are my receipts. Just paper clip them in like I always do. And then we'll go to Wednesday. I feel like this has just been a long week. So you just know it's going to be a hot as fuck day when you wake up at 8 a.m. and the real field temperature is already 90 something. 90 something at 8 a.m. you guys. It was so hot. It was already 79 degrees in our house when I woke up. It was so bad. I didn't end up falling asleep till 3:30. I was not tired and I just couldn't sleep the night before. So I woke up at 6:30 and then was just laying there in bed and fell back asleep for like an hour, but that was it. I read and read and read, trying to make myself tired. Like laying in bed on my side, trying to make myself tired, and it did not work. I am going to, if you don't know, one of my favorite reading snacks is Swedish fish. But I'm going to tell you something that I discovered about myself. I prefer the mini Swedish fish. These were the normal Swedish fish. I prefer the minis. And you can get a big bag of the minis on Amazon for like $6. And it's over a pound. It's over a pound. I'm going to use this as a pocket on my pocket. Yeah. I said it. So I'm just going to put tape here in the bottom to close this, and then tape. And let me tell you, when they're minis, you can eat 12 pieces and not 5. Here, the serving size here is 5. You can eat 12 when they're the minis. Just a fun fact for you if you like Swedish fish. Just in case you didn't know. All right, there we go. And this should fit now. Yeah. Move it over like so, and oh, here is a picture of my kid's cat. My kid's cat sleeps all day in the window on a cat hammock. Like, that's all he does. My ears itch uncontrollably, by the way, which, if you didn't know, was like a major symptom of perimenopause, when your ears itch uncontrollably, and right now they're itching like crazy. Anyway, he sleeps all day in the window, and I've never seen his little tootsies in the window like that. And one book. Okay, there we go. So now this is the next day. Let's see here. So Thursday. All right. So after not getting into bed until 3:30, I woke at 6:30. Yep. Stayed in bed until 8. Got up, did my laundry, ran the dishwasher, cleaned under the kitchen sink, got dinner in the crock pot, made chicken for a bean salad, made Rice Krispie treats, washed the dishes, cleaned the kitchen. Now I'm exhausted and I want to go to bed, and it's 8:30. Yep. And I said, I keep calling that show. Have you guys watched Untamed on Netflix? It was really good, but I keep calling it Yosemite. That's all I kept calling it. It's not. And my kid also brought home the new blueberries and cream pie from work for all of us. He's such a cute, he's such a sweet kid. When he brings one thing home, he brings it home for all of us. Most of the time, I should say, not all of the time. I think I'm going to stack those like that. I'm also going to turn it upside down so I can see it just a tad bit better. I'm going to start here at the top. So Untamed, I thought, was really good. So if you're looking for something, I think it's short. It's not as many episodes. I think I want to say it's 6 episodes. I believe. But it was really good. It takes place in Yosemite and follows a park ranger cop. I'm going to put both. And then a last one. There we go. Let's trim those off. I went a little too long, but we can just trim them off. Okay, and this side. But let's not trim off. Let's not cut our stitches. There we go. All right. So that's all of those. And then the next day, I forgot to journal the past few days. It's currently Sunday, and I have no clue what I did on this day, Friday. There you go. That is real life for me, okay? Some days I forget. Some days I forget for like 3 days. And then there I am, struggling to figure out what I did. I know what I read and I know what I watched. You know what I watched? I watched 77 Minutes, the 1984 San Diego McDonald's massacre. Did you know this was a thing? I had no idea this was a thing. I found this on Prime under the documentaries, and I watched it. And let me tell you, if you've never heard of this, like me, you should, if you have Prime, you should go watch it, because first of all, I'm disgusted with how all these years later, the cops and the SWAT team are saying they did nothing wrong. It was 77 minutes. Everything went wrong. Like, they literally changed how things worked because of this massacre. They changed how things worked. So many people died, including infants. Yeah. So, if you've never seen it, I recommend going to watch it. It's insane. Alrighty, what is this? So this was Saturday. After missing 2 weeks of D&D, the kid went to D&D. He didn't miss it. They just didn't have it for 2 weeks. And then he went back and he texted me and he goes, I'm going to be late. And I was like, okay, whatever. Just as long as you're quiet. I don't care. Because I just don't want him to wake the dogs. Because then the wiener dog freaks the hell out and like doesn't settle down for like ever. And the big dog barks and wakes up my dad. So I just want him to be quiet. I don't care how long he stays out. Just be quiet when you get home. So he shows up at 9:30 and I'm like, this is late. He's like, no, we're going to the bar. I was like, okay, great. He's like, they were doing tequila shots at D&D. And they decided to go to the bar. So he went to the bar. Then he gets home at 1:30 and he said to me, you should be proud I didn't go to the strip club. I was like, well, why not? Why didn't you go to the strip club? I'm like, whatever, kid. I don't care. Like, if you want to go to the strip club, go to the strip club. Not a big deal to me, anyway. He said he was too tired. I said, it's because you were it's because you were drinking too early. And then at the bar, he didn't drink at all. So he sat there for 3 hours and didn't drink. Like, what? Why weren't you drinking? Like, you can't just... That's not a thing. You can't just not drink. You gotta drink at the bar. You stopped drinking and you got tired. You drank too much early on, then you didn't, and then you stopped drinking. So I'm like, whatever. But yes, he said I could have gone to the strip club, but I didn't. All right, and then my dad and I actually got Olive Garden delivery, because now they deliver they deliver through their own website and not just through Grubhub, which costs you a fortune when you go through Grubhub because they upcharge you with everything. Now we spent a lot of money, and I said to my dad, I said, this is the thing, we spent a lot of money because I don't know if you know that, like, right now, I don't know if it's an always thing, but right now when you order through Olive Garden for $6 more, you can add on a to-go dish out of like 5, like as an extra entree for $6. So we got manicotti and Alfredo added on extra. Okay, so it did cost us a little bit more, but it was well worth it. Now, I do know that this day is private journaling, so I'm not even gonna bother taking that out. I could tell you the private journaling is me bitching about somebody not replacing their work sneakers soon enough. Which could be said for 2 people in my house. So I also watched Amy Bradley is Missing. Did you guys watch Amy Bradley is Missing? It's all people are talking about on TikTok. All people are talking about. Okay, so this was yesterday. It was Monday. It was a long day of shopping. We went to Aldi's. And then when we got to Aldi's, I said to the boyfriend, I'm like, look, the new Dollar Tree is open, because they had flags out. I said, the new Dollar Tree is open. So we went to the new Dollar Tree. You guys, it's right next door to Aldi. It was a Party City. It is huge. Our other Dollar Tree, which is right down the street, and I don't think they're planning on closing right now. I think they're staying open to see how it does with the new one open. So they're not closing, but that one is tiny and like dark and dingy, and it's always a mess. Always a mess. I don't understand. Like, at one point we didn't even go in anymore. a few years ago because it was disgusting all the time. Then they got a new store manager and it got cleaned up and it was actually really nice. It was stocked, it was clean. And then that manager must have just decided they don't want, or they either left or they couldn't keep up with it because it just went right back to being disgusting. It was so bad. So I try not to go in that one. Like, to me, I would rather drive to another Dollar Tree, but now this one is open and it's beautiful. It is so big. High ceilings, bright. It's just so nice. So we went in there and then we went to Staples for an Amazon return. We went to Skechers to look for work sneakers for the boyfriend. And I've come to the conclusion that Skechers are now just expensive junk. Okay? Because some of that shit was junk, you guys. Like, what the hell? So, and there was a pair of sneakers there that I'm looking at them going, if these were Asics, I wouldn't spend this much money. If these were Nikes, I wouldn't spend this much money on these as Nikes. And they were $104.95. And I was like, yeah, no, this is ridiculous. Thankfully, he didn't find anything there. That made him really mad, though, because he was hoping he could get some. Also, almost all the Skechers now are slip-ins. Like, why? I can get where some of your Skechers are slip-ins, but almost all of them being slip-ins is ridiculous. So he wasn't happy about that either, because that's not something is feasible for him to be using. Monday. And then we came home, we went to Dick's, and Dick's is, if you've gone to sneakers at Dick's, you just know. Everything's super expensive. They don't have much. They act like they have a lot. They act like they have a lot by putting a facing of 3 of the same shoe out. Then we came home and, you guys, my biggest score at this Dollar Tree were 2 cookbooks. Two cookbooks. And they were Instant Pot cookbooks, okay? So for $1.25 a piece, I got 2 Instant Pot cookbooks. One of them were copycat restaurant recipes to make in the Instant Pot. 175 recipes. You should see some of these recipes. If you see that book at your Dollar Tree and you use an Instant Pot, snatch it up. The other one was comfort food, Instant Pot cooking. And I made a recipe for lunch from that recipe book. And it was so good. It was sesame peanut noodles. Oh my God, it was so good. So worth the $1.25. If you see those at your local Dollar Tree, snatch them up, okay? If you have an Instant Pot, because it was so good. But then we left and we went to DSW. After we ate lunch, we went to DSW and he found 2 pairs of shoes there. He found a pair of work sneakers. They were Brooks and they were $140 sneakers and he got them for $80. So he was happy about that. And then he found a pair of slides that he liked. They were Madden slides, but they're very comfortable. He was wearing them all night. So that was my week in a nutshell. I feel like I did absolutely nothing all week long, but it was still a really long week. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I put things in my journal and seeing a little bit of insight into my week. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.